welcome to Friday Free-for-All's edition of the Nightly News. Ted, are you woke? I only ask that because I'm assuming that on stage this year, you are going to be wearing Nike shoes. You are going to have Bud Light cases behind you and maybe a few Jack Daniel cases because you want to support those woke companies like Anheuser-Busch that think men that look like men with no breasts are dancing and endorsing sports bras for Nikes and on Bud Light cans. Makes sense. I'm sure you're in, right?
Well, I've always been way ahead of the curve. I'm like a visionary. I'm like Lewis and Clark with a gang of Sacagaweas in my canoe, heading for the Northwest Passage of truth, logic, and common sense. And my truth, logic, and common sense as a bow hunter who was mandated for a higher level of awareness, as a musical adventurer like the Amboy Dukes and the Lures and the Damn Yankees and the Ted Nugent Band, I am mandated to a higher level of awareness. My radar is ubiquitous. My point being is, guess what Ted Nugent has never spent a dime on in my life? Anything Anheuser-Busch, anything Jack Daniels, and anything Nike. I just don't play fashion games, and peer pressure is a joke to me. I spit in the face and give giant flaming middle fingers to peer pressure fantasy goofballs. But now that some people have indulged in certain beverage imbibing and certain athletic shoes, and they realize that these major global corporations have spit in the face of their consumers. Thank you, Travis Tritt. Thank you, Kid Rock. Thank you, everybody out there stepping out. I made a call immediately because my band and my crew, they like a beer after the show. It's a cold beverage. I had a beer, a Dos Equis here recently. It had 2 X's on a little green bottle. It was ice cold after a hot day in the South Texas. It was delicious, but I had one, and there was no drooling. I didn't do a 6-pack. My point is that a salute to people who see the indecency, what Tractor Supply did. Tractor Supply, the sponsor of the great Yellowstone TV series by the great Taylor Sheridan, Tractor Supply supported a drag queen event in Waco, Texas, where fat, perverted men were twerking their crotch at little boys and girls, singing obscene songs. So yes, salute to everybody who is spotlighting the cockroaches at Nike, Anheuser-Busch, and Tractor Supply, and Target, and Jack Daniels. I mean, come on, people. How could you possibly live with yourself if you support these entities that are mocking women, that are desecrating the miracle of God's creation of men and women to procreate and live by the rules, the golden rule of being the best that you can be and treating others as you wish to be treated yourself? This is a mockery of all the foundational values of America. So I called all my management that day and I said, no more Jack Daniels backstage for my friends. No more Anheuser-Busch anything backstage for my friends. And I'm not going to dictate my guys don't wear Nike shoes, but I think I will scowl adequately to discourage them from doing so, because Nike is the enemy. Anheuser-Busch is the enemy. Jack Daniels is the enemy. Tractor Supply is the enemy. Target is the enemy. You've got to realize this. Anybody that sports people against our moral compass, they're the enemy of mankind.
So now you've got an incredible tour coming up, Adios Mofo. I mean, that has a lot of connotations to it. I'll let you discuss that yourself. But in the day, you used to come on stage and you would shoot a flaming arrow at Saddam Hussein. Is there any chance that you may shoot that arrow at a Budweiser or a Nike or a Jack Daniels type target? But tell us about Adios Mofo and what we might see during this tour.
Well, thank you, real music lovers around the world. I love you people so much because, Keith, I've been doing this for 65 years, 66 years, because I started playing in Detroit at sock hops and pool parties and Marilyn McMillan's birthday party in her basement right next to the pool table. I had an amplifier on the pool table. I can't believe I remember this stuff. That was on Glastonbury in Rosedale Parks. Anyhow, my point is that people who love really dynamic, powerful, tight, soulful, sexy, grinding, spirited, ferocious, defiant, fun music. Thank you. But I'm going to be 75 this year. I got 12 grandkids. I have a moral obligation to teach those kids how to shoot, hunt, trap, catch fish, and turn creatures into family-sized portions. This is my grandparenting call. So I'm going to go out with the great Jason Hartless on drums, Greg Smith on bass, the greatest crew in the world, the greatest team, playing the greatest songs with the most incredible guitar tone, bass, and drums, playing all these incredible, ferocious, tooth, fang, and claw love songs of freedom and life, liberty, and the pursuit of gonzo happiness. But this is adios, mofo. This is my last tour. Now, I'll always play music. I got new records I'm going to make. I can't wait to unleash some of these new songs. I got an instrumental called Butterfingers that is just greasy. You can't eat barbecue ever again adequately without the song Butterfingers playing loud next to your brisket. The point being is, thank you everybody for an incredible musical dream. The musical dream will continue, but I'm not going on tour anymore because, Keith, hotels are jail. A hotel room is jail for me. My dogs won't allow me to not spend the day with them, so Happy, Sadie, and Coco will go on the road with me this year. But the logistics are just too complicated when you have dogs and grandkids and kids and so many other things. I'm a political firestorm because I believe in experimenting in self-government. That's how you live the American dream, by demanding constitutional accountability from our elected employees. Well, that's radical. You're damn right it's radical. I'm radical. My music is radical. My attitude is radical. My middle finger is radical. My guitar tone is radical. My dead backstraps are radical. They're stacked up. But point is that the American dream has a soundtrack, and with my unbelievable musicians for 65 years, I have created the most fun, titillating, centrally stimulating soundtrack in the history of the world. This will be, like last year in 2022, Detroit Muscle, this will be the greatest, most intense, tightest, most dynamic, outrageously fun tour of my life. But adios, mofo. Here's a good adage. I think it was Dirty Harry 71. A good man has to know his limitations. I'm physically fit. I can't jump off amps anymore with my fake legs. I'm not going to be swinging from ropes, but maybe I should get a flaming arrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, go to tednugent.com. Go to tednugent.com right now. Go to tednugent.com. The tour dates that are, and there's going to be more, the ones that are confirmed right now are listed. And while you're there, if you love this guy as much as I do and the music, buy an album. It's on vinyl now. There's swag there. There's all kinds of things at tednugent.com. We need to support those artists out there that think, breathe, live, act, and speak like us. And Ted Nugent is one of them. God bless you, Ted. Thanks for all you do. I'll see you tomorrow on the weekend edition of The Nightly Nuge.
God bless real America. I love you people madly.